Hello, what's up? It is Kirsten here, and today I want to talk about brain fog and how brain fog can be caused by undereating and why it often goes hand in hand with hypothalamic amenorrhea. You know what brain fog is, right? You forget things. You go to one room and you don't know what you're looking for. Or you read a paragraph in a book or magazine and you don't remember what you just read, so you have to go back over and over and you read it over and over. Or you don't know where you put your keys. You walk around, you're trying to find them and they're just gone. You have no idea where they are. Or you feel kind of cloudy. You feel like there's this thick fog around your head and you just can't see outside of it, and it's like soft and it's covering you all over your face and your head and you just can't think clear. Or you sleep, maybe you sleep even 9 hours, you wake up and your brain fog is still pretty thick. What's the problem? The problem might be undereating, and there are several ways how we can undereat maybe without even realizing that and causing ourselves brain fog. This is of course what happens a lot when we are having hypothalamic amenorrhea, where we lose our period because we have not been eating enough. But losing the period is just one sign of a severe hormonal imbalance in the body. There are so many other things that are related to it, and brain fog is one of them. I remember that when I was in the middle of my most intense training, I was running a ton and trying to eat very little. This is when I had my worst brain fog ever. It was really bad. Just like I described you before, I would try to read something, but I just wouldn't remember what I just read. Or I would try to write something and words just wouldn't come to me. I always felt really distracted. I wasn't able to focus, and I really felt like my head is in a thick mass of clouds. Brain fog can also be potentially dangerous because maybe you're driving and you're forgetting where you're going, or you're not paying attention in traffic. It's really, really important that we fix this situation, and it's totally fixable. If you feel brain foggy, then there are a couple of things I would like you to ask yourself to see if you can change things with a better diet. First thing is that, are you eating enough calories? It's absolutely a fact that when we are under eating and we're not taking in enough food energy, then we just can't think clear because the body does not have any resources. How would it have? Because we don't eat enough. A lot of times we exercise too much and we just don't have any brain power to deal with anything other than these things. And we constantly feel super tired, brain foggy, forgetful. The first thing is to make sure that you're eating enough calories. How many calories it is, it's hard to tell exactly. But if you've been trying to get by on like 1,500 calories or even 1,800 calories and at the same time working out hard, this is where you should look for the first answer. You're probably undereating. The second thing is that you may be not eating enough fat. This was definitely me. Years ago, when I was doing Weight Watchers, I would restrict my fat intake to 2 teaspoons a day. That would give me 2 points, and I still remember it very well. And I thought, oil is not that important, fat is not that important. And I would try any way I can to cut my calories without even worrying about what the food quality is. So I would use like crappy butter substitutes or whatever just to try to keep my calories low. But then these substitutes often don't come with all the health benefits that real fats can give us. I restricted everything. I went super low fat milk. Even in my coffee, I put the milk that has 0 fat in it. The cheese I used was only 5% fat. I never added any oil or any butter or anything to my roasted vegetables. I roasted them with water. I never ate any avocados. Back then I didn't even know what peanut butter was because I didn't live in the States. So there's that. And now I'm eating all the peanut butter all the time. But that's a story for another time. And then I remember one day I read an article about fats and how they can be very beneficial for our brain. And I thought, okay, I'm going to give it a try. And that was a time when I was really overtraining a lot and running a ton and eating no fat. And I decided, okay, I'm going to try it. I tried it for about 3-4 days. I ate a little bit higher fat, which is, nowadays it wouldn't be considered like high fat diet at all, but I ate more than what I used to eat. And I noticed that my brain fog lifted. It just went away, and I started thinking so much clearer after eating some butter and avocados. But because back then I was still very, very obsessive and very worried about my weight and whether or not I'm going to gain something, and I was extremely concerned, then I decided that, okay, yes, my brain, I felt better, but being skinny is more important to me, so I'm not going to continue with this experiment, and I'm going to go back to my very low-fat diet. And I did that, and of course, everything came back. So, of course, I felt again brain foggy, and that went on for years and years and years. If you have brain fog too, I really want you to take a look at your fat intake. How much are you eating? Are you getting enough fat? And let me tell you that 2 teaspoons of fat, like oil a day, is definitely not enough to feel good. It's not good. It's not good for your brain. Also, hormonally, if you're a woman, you are a woman. If you're a woman and you have issues with your menstrual cycle and with your hormones, good fats are really critical for the hormones as well. And the third reason why you may feel brain foggy is that maybe you cut your carbs too low and too quickly. There are a lot of low carb diets out there right now, and they work for some people, but they definitely don't work for all the people. If you drop your carbs too quickly and you drop almost all your carbs, then this is also the reason why you may feel brain foggy. So if this is the case, add in a little bit more carbohydrates and see if you feel any better. And the last reason why food may make you brain foggy is that this food just doesn't work for you. But I want to make sure that you don't jump into this conclusion too quickly and just say that, okay, this is giving me brain fog and this food is probably giving me brain fog, without actually trying it out and just guessing because somebody said that for them it caused brain fog. This has to be your own personal experiment, and you have to figure it out if it really is true for you. It's absolutely possible that some people do get brain fog from certain foods. Okay, to sum this up, what can you do to make sure to have less brain fog or no brain fog at all? Eat enough calories. It's so critical. Please don't try to starve yourself and shrink your body to be smaller. It's not worth it if you can't think clear and if you don't feel well. So make sure that you eat, most active women, at least 2,000 calories. And if you have hypothalamic amenorrhea, then way more than 2,000. It's okay to eat close to 3,000, even more than that, if that's what you need. Second thing is to make sure that you eat enough fat. And you probably know the good sources of fat. The problem is never that people don't know what the sources of fat are, especially if you're a very health-oriented, healthy, fit person. You know, your avocados and nuts and oils and fatty fish, you know these things. Start eating them more, and if you see any difference, then you know that you have to eat more fat. Next thing, if you dropped your carbohydrates too quickly and a lot, then maybe that was too much for your body and you need to add some back in. And lastly, it can be helpful to test with some foods, see if some foods give you more brain fog than others, and maybe eat less of them or don't eat them at all for a little while. But like I said earlier, be really, really careful with this and make sure that actually this is a food allergy or intolerance or something that gives you this bad feeling, and it's not only another fad diet that you're trying to do. Okay, this is it for today. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button. It's in the left bottom corner, the little red button, and I will talk to you again next time. Bye bye.